The ultimate guide to reverse wholesaling to get you 5+ deals a month. Guys, it's Rick Ginn, and today's video, I'm going to go all in on reverse wholesaling, why you should use it, the benefits of reverse wholesaling, and how it can get you 5+ deals per month. Let's get into it. Before I get into it, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button. You hit that subscribe notification button to continue to receive the best information on wholesaling today. So what is this reverse wholesaling you're talking about? Honestly, it's nothing even really new. It is a practical way to attack wholesaling when you have a declining market. And more specifically, the challenge in wholesaling in today's environment is cash buyers are either sitting on the sideline or they're picking and choosing the absolute best wholesaling deals. Remember, up to last year, you could pretty much throw anything in front of a cash buyer and they would take it. And honestly, it didn't take a lot of brains to be successful in wholesaling. That's why you see so many people failing at wholesaling today, because they've never really thrived in a solid wholesaling market where it wasn't like a crazy seller's market and it was super easy. They just bought a slight discount and cash buyers went nuts. Those days are over, and I don't think you're going to see them for a long time. So that leads us to reverse wholesaling. And why I like this method so much is I used it back in 2009, 2010, when I was having the same problem a lot of you guys are having right now, is getting your cash buyers to actually take action and buy deals and find that price point. So reverse wholesaling was created, and the key word here is reverse. So many of you are trained to go out and find the motivated sellers through whatever marketing you pick, and then you eventually find a cash buyer because they're so easy you don't even have to worry about it. Once again, guys, we are back to a normal, if not funky, wholesale market where reverse wholesaling actually makes perfect sense. Now, let me walk you through the order, and then we're going to talk about the types of markets this is going to work best in. So as I said, reverse wholesaling is you're just switching the order up. That's it. And why are we doing this? Because we need a rock foundation on what cash buyers will pay for a certain deal. Because if we don't have confidence in what our cash buyers will pay for it, it's really hard to write offers when the floor is constantly going down. Now, the good thing in wholesaling is we're in and out and often a couple weeks, at most a month, and we don't have to do the speculation. So reverse wholesaling is going to emphasize on your cash buyers. So you have to go out and do the cash buyers thing actually first. I know a lot of wholesalers talk about this, but most people don't do it. They think cash buyers will come when they get a great deal. Unfortunately, it takes time and energy. So I want you to go out and attack your cash buyers first. Honestly, this is what's called a solid foundation for wholesaling. You should have a healthy list of cash buyers that, number one, are vetted. What do I mean by vetted? You've actually gone through and talked to them. You find out what types of projects they want to do, full fix and flips, or they just want like a landlord for cash flow properties. You've got to segregate the types of buyers you have. And then from that, you can cater and make the offering. So you can also find out what areas they're targeting and find out the types of price points they want. Once you have that data, and it takes a lot more than one or two cash buyers, you now have a good foundation of what they're expecting to pay for stuff. And you can't just talk to one cash buyer because they might be unrealistic in their numbers. You're going to have to talk to 10, 20, 30, maybe 50 cash buyers. It's not talking about 500. I'm talking anywhere from a dozen to like 30 cash buyers. And you need to find the ones that are actually buying, not the ones that are talking. And let me clarify this. You've got to get the wholesalers out of this mix. Wholesalers are not your cash buyers. You're looking to sell to an end user via an assignment contract with a fully non-refundable cash deposit. Wholesalers, for the most part, aren't going to do that. And let's be honest, if you're selling to a wholesaler, you're either getting daisy chained or you're usually giving the property away. Don't shoot the messenger. It's just the truth. Once you have that solid buy box criteria and you have cash buyers ready to roll forward, now you just need to adapt your marketing to go out and find motivated sellers that fit within this criteria. First thing is you're going to pick geographic location, narrow it down by zip code, by cities. I like to do it by block. It doesn't matter how you do it. And you can attack them. You can attack them with reverse driving for dollars. You can do it with cold calling. You can do SMS, which is a little bit broader, but find a ways to attack these areas specifically. I like reverse driving for dollars. That's when you just put the yellow sticky notes on the door, and you can be much more laser focused in the areas that you want to find these deals in. Now, once you go out and you do your marketing, you now have a foundation of what people will pay for these houses. So now you just have to clarify the condition of the house, get the ARV, which stands for after repaired value, and find out what the repairs on it. Those are the only variables you're playing with now, because now you have a base price, what someone will pay for a certain size house in an area with a certain amount of square footage. And now you can confidently negotiate with your sellers. And by doing this reverse wholesaling method, you can do a lot of deals that you normally even wouldn't do. And what I love about reverse wholesaling is, even if you hit a rock with a motivated seller, they go, listen, Rick, I can't go below 150,000. And you know the most a cash buyer will pay for that based on your previous search was like 150 and they're only stuck at 150. Then you can actually, without inking the contract, you can go back to your cash buyers and go, listen, if you could do 155, I think I can bring you a deal tomorrow or today. I just need you to step up. And they go, hey, is it a 3-2 in this area? And they go, yeah. And then you go back to your motivated seller and go, listen, honestly, if you can do 145.5, I can get the deal going today and probably get it closed in 2, if not 3 weeks. And by getting one or both parties to compromise, you have just done a reverse wholesaling deal. Meaning you find out what people will pay. The ones that are close, you can push both sides. And even if you only get one side to cave in on your request, you are now doing deals that you normally wouldn't do. See, before this, you went out and wrote a contract on everything. And if it's stuck, it's stuck. You didn't care. You're in a different environment now. Most of you are going out there and beating up really low numbers, which I love you going for the no. But by using the reverse wholesaling strategy, it will let you take those deals that are iffy or close to the finish line without obligating you to a ridiculous contract where you're just going to waste time. And now you can talk to both parties without breaking confidentiality. You're not giving up addresses. You're not doing anything. The cash buyers can't go behind you. Yes, it does take some practice to do this, but reverse wholesaling, guys, is magnificent in this market. And eventually, prices will level out at some point, and we'll either go back to some normalization, meaning a stable price market, or to go up, or it might go down again. This is the norm, guys. I have grown up. I've been in wholesaling 21 years. The first half of my wholesaling career, I spent a majority of my deals doing reverse wholesaling. Why? Because it works and it gives you the confidence to tackle any seller. But remember, you've got to work with your cash buyers. The days of just ignoring cash buyers telling you a dime a dozen, they're completely over. So let's talk about the types of markets this is really going to work in. Guys, if you're doing virtual wholesaling, this is fabulous because number one, you're new to the market. You don't have quite a great understanding on pricing, and you're going to learn over time. What's the best way to learn about on a pricing model, especially in real estate? It's with reverse wholesaling. Go and find out what your customer is the cash buyer. Your product is the motivated seller. So if you know exactly what your customers will pay, i.e. cash buyers, then you can go get the product that they desire, which is your motivated sellers. And if you can get your motivated sellers to bend just a slight little bit, even a few $1,000s between the cash buyer and the seller, with reverse wholesaling, it works phenomenally. Now, I said this works great for virtual wholesaling. It works great if you're doing a new local market and you don't understand pricing. It's a great way to figure out what pricing is. And for those of you that are doing land deals, my God, land's even easier because in my opinion, land is simple. The only complexity in land is trying to figure out what it's worth. You know what it's worth? It's what your cash buyers will pay for. So go out and find out what your cash buyers will pay for that land, i.e. reverse wholesaling, and then push for a discount from your motivated seller and see if you can get either one of them the wiggle or both the wiggle. And that puts together a great reverse wholesaling strategy for you. You see, when you know exactly what your customer, which is the cash buyer, will pay for it, it's much easier to work with your motivated sellers and find the price points that work. And if it gets close before you ink a contract, you can go back to your cash buyers, you can go back to your seller and you can put a deal together so your inspection clock does not start on you. Guys, if you have really good deals, please put them under contract. You don't need to do reverse wholesaling. But for those of you trying to get your foot in these markets and can't find the price points, or your contracts keep failing you, you need to consider doing reverse wholesaling. You see, your seller doesn't know what you're doing and your cash buyer doesn't know what you're doing. But by you putting yourself, the buyer and the seller all in your head and figuring this out through reverse wholesaling, you're actually doing people a favor, because you're taking problematic deals with problematic buyers and sellers, and you are negotiating a win-win-win for everybody involved, including yourself, your seller, and your buyer, and you help out the marketplace. Guys, I love reverse wholesaling when you have an uncertain market and cash buyers are getting more reserved and they're looking for much bigger profit margins. Reverse wholesaling is the key to get you through it and give you the confidence to write the wholesale contracts that you need to get your profits in wholesaling. So guys, let me know in the comments, are you guys using reverse wholesaling? And if so, which markets are you doing it? I would love to hear it. You're doing it land, you're doing it single families. Heck, you can do it on multifamily. It doesn't matter. And as usual, if you got value from this video, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button. You hit that subscribe notification button to continue to receive the best up-to-date information on wholesaling. Guys, this is Rick Ginn, and I'll see you in the next video. See you.